Have you ever does anybody have this problem? And if you do, could you share it with me? Do you ever just wait too long to pee? Like, you knew you had to go when you were in the store, and you had to go to 2 grocery stores, but you just didn't want to go, and now you're about to wet your pants. This is where I am today, okay? Can you feel my pain in this? Like, I'm having to, which, speaking of tightening your muscles, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about Celtic exercises. Do y'all know what these are? This is when, like you're, men, could you turn me off, please? Like you're gonna pee, okay? I'm gonna give y'all a couple seconds to do that, okay? Turn this off. Okay, so, like you're gonna pee, and then you're gonna pee, and then you're gonna tighten up, and then you're gonna release and tighten up. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what the benefit in this is? Not in waiting too long to go to the bathroom, but you can really tone the pelvic floor. And if you could have even had a lot of weight on you before, to where you kind of, it sort of affected your pelvic floor. Do you know what I mean? Or you had a really huge baby like I did. Carly was 10 pounds. Or you had kids close together, or you're a really small lady and you had a child, or lots of different things. But anyway, or you're not 20 years old anymore, and you're like, well, Tanya, I can't do the rebounder because I'm pee-peeing in my pants. Like, it's the pressure, right? Well, I want to give you a little tip on that. Is years ago, when my kids got a trampoline, and they were probably about, let's see, Carly we lived in Cowpen, South Carolina, and yes, that's a real place. She was in kindergarten, and so she was 5, and Christopher was almost 4, but 3.5. And so my ex-husband and I decided to buy them a trampoline. And what's funny is this was in the winter. They must have got it for Christmas, or either closer to Carly's birthday. I can't remember. But I do remember that we put that thing together inside, because we lived in this old kind of historical home that was like this old antebellum mansion, you know, which sounds very beautiful, but it was really just cold and old, and it like had rats running up and down the wall, is the reality of that. And I would just like to take this opportunity to say that he was right. That was a bad decision. It was all on me, because I had to have that place, and we finally unloaded it, but that's not the point. So anyway, we had put this thing together inside because it was these tall ceilings, and anyway, I thought, this is great, I'm gonna jump. And I used to love to jump on my trampoline when I was a child, except there was one little problem. Every time you jumped, or I did, there was a small bit of moisture that was released. You know what I'm saying? Because even if, the point is this, the Celtic exercises really work. And over the years of doing my rebounder, even back in the day when you used to just have to, you know, line your undies with something or whatever, you were going to do it because you wanted to tone up your body, right? And your arm flab and your back fat and your butt fat, basically. You wanted to tone up. So anyway, when you're doing this and you're holding in all of you're trying to hold tight, you know, because you don't want to pee in your pants. Don't y'all love this talk? You don't want to pee in your pants, so you're basically doing these Celtic exercises, and you're tightening up that muscles. And I would like to say that to this day, this helped over the years, and as I've been rebounding now for over a decade, I can get on that thing, and there is no moisture release, friends. I could get on there like when I have to really run to the potty right this very second, like, and I would not wet my pants. Is that not encouraging? It's encouraging, because we can really change the existence of our body and how it is today. You know, it's all about looking to the bright side, right? Like, your world might be ending, but guess what? You can get on your rebounder and not wet your pants, and that's a thing, right? So today, this is just random, but today Christopher and I went over to get his books at the community college, and we were all thinking that he was going to get a free ride, because he was right on the line of getting the lifetime scholarship, which is the whole free ride for the whole, you know, shebang. But in fact, he was like 1 point short. He was no joke, like 0.08 short of the grades he needed. I was like, what in the world? Like, that's a lot of money, and we were going to get that for free, and now we're not. And here's the thing, though. I had also applied for the lottery assistance, you know, which I don't gamble, but thank gosh people do, because that has helped me out today. And I had applied for like a Pell Grant and all this, and we got that, and so basically we just had to pay for the books, which I have looked at. 2 of them we're going to get online, and the others we were able to get at the bookstore, but it was still like $500, people. 500 smackaroos. But it is all how you look at it, because what if, for example, it hadn't paid, and now every time I've got to try to reapply and just pray to God that the light shines down on me and we can get another assistance, right? So anyway, but today it's all a matter in how you look at it, you know, because I could be thinking like, well, my gosh, Chris, like, what in the world? Like, you were a few points off. What in the world, you know? Or like, well, you know, it would be like the face thump, or I don't, or like we could have had a wreck on the way to get the books, right? Or there could be a godzillion things going on. So I'm just saying, looking to the good, you know, remembering that you can jump on the trampoline without pee-peeing in your pants, remembering that it's the little things. It's all in how you look at things, and it's also all in how you speak to yourself. Let me point this out. For example, I could be saying like, well, you know, what in the heck are we gonna do? Like, we have some fishermen at the lake. So I could be saying like, what in the heck are we gonna do? Like, this is all on me. Like, I have a lot going on. Like, there is a lot on me. Like, there is just so much that, okay, well, guess what? That didn't change the existence of how much is on me or what's going on. But I choose to see it like this these days, which is very different than how I used to see it. I choose to see that I have lots in my inbox because I'm alive. You know what I mean? And I can handle those things because I'm on top of my game. I have the ability to reinvent the situation, to reinvent myself, right? To be all I can be, to provide what I need to for every dang body is what it feels like. I don't know. It's just, I saw something on Facebook the other day, and somebody was saying like they don't attempt to date because they're sick, and they don't, you know, well, I guess I'm just too sick. I'm just too, and I really used to think that. I used to feel like I have too much going on. Like, I just don't want to talk to myself like that. I want to say things are great. I want to have gratitude. I want to look to the beautiful things in my life every day. You know, I want to take the moment in time that Chris and I were at the book line, and we were talking to the people in line, and we were together, he and I, you know. And a lot of people in that boy's life have not stuck around through the hard times and for the good times, but I have. And he and I have a bond that's so strong, it's unbreakable, you know. And so what about all those things? What about all the things, the bad things that could happen that didn't happen? You know, having gratitude is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, I love y'all, and if I turn the camera around, you can see my tall grass, and you could be thankful for the moisture and rain in my yard.